Hey Globetrotties, are you planning to travel to Europe soon? Starting this year, there are some important changes for Americans to know about traveling to the European Union. So, if you want to know more about these changes and what you may need to do to travel to Europe this year and beyond, stick around because I'm breaking down everything you need to know in this video and so much more. Welcome back, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. I'm Andrea and this is Andrea Beyond Borders. In today's video, we're going to talk about everything you need to know dealing with the changes to travel to the European Union. Now, prior to 2025 and really up until mid-2025, but we'll get into that a little bit later, all that you needed was your passport. You have your ticket to Europe, your ticket to return from Europe, and your passport, and you were able to travel to Europe provided you return within 90 days. So if you're planning to travel mid-2025 and beyond to Europe, there are a few more steps that you're going to have to take in order to prepare your documents for Europe travel. Now, this new requirement is very similar to requirements that America has on other countries. So I don't want you all to walk away thinking, gosh, Europe's making this more difficult on us. Listen, America's already doing it. They're just returning the favor. So what's changing? The European Union, and for those of you that are not familiar with the European Union, I'm gonna go ahead and put that up on the screen. These countries are introducing ETIAS, which is the European Travel Information and Authorization System. It's a new electronic travel authorization required for Americans traveling to EU Schengen Area countries. I hope I pronounced that right. I'll go ahead and put that up on the screen as well so you all know what I'm talking about. ETIAS, European Travel Information and Authorization System, is a new electronic travel authorization required for Americans traveling to EU Schengen Area countries. ETIAS is not a visa, but a pre-travel clearance system for visa-exempt travelers. So the start date is mid-2025. I would highly suggest that you go to their website, and I'll go ahead and put it on screen, to just check in to see when that officially starts. Now, a little background information. This system was supposed to be in place last year. So I went out of the country last year. I was checking in to see, hey, when am I gonna have to fill out this form or application so that I can make sure I have all my appropriate documents for my travel. However, they ended up postponing it to 2025. It was supposed to start at the beginning of the year. That also has been postponed. So now they're saying officially it will be mid-2025. So I would just say if you're planning to travel anytime after Q1, I would definitely check in and just make sure you know when it's going to be implemented and that you have everything that you need. But don't worry, we're gonna get into all the details of what you need for the ETIAS. So let's talk about why the change. So ETIAS is being implemented to enhance security and streamline the border control process. And like I mentioned before, it's very similar to the control that we have here in the US for international travelers coming to the US. The ETIAS allows the EU to screen travelers in advance. I read an article somewhere that was talking about how they want to know if there's any background issues they should be concerned about. Are you on the lam? Like, who are you coming into this country? And so that just gives them the lead time to do a little bit more background check on the folks coming into their country, and obviously avert anyone that they don't want to come into their country. I am going to put up on the screen a virtual comparison of the US's ESTA and the EU's ETIAS, just so you all know kind of what's happening here and to see that there are a lot of similarities in the process. Now you know why the EU is implementing the ETIAS. Let's now talk about what the process is. Americans will need to apply online for ETIAS before traveling to EU Schengen countries. How do you do this? Go to the official ETIAS website, which you see up on the screen now. Fill out the form with your personal details, passport information, travel plans, etc. Once you fill out the application or the document, I'm not sure what they're calling it, but once that form is completed, you'll then be asked to pay a small fee of 7 or 8 euros. After that, you're pretty much all done, and now you're just waiting for your approval. Approval can take anywhere from a few minutes up to 96 hours. So you'll just want to make sure that you keep an eye on that process just to make sure that your form or application was processed and also was approved. Now here's some great news. Once your ETIAS is approved, it is actually good for up to 3 years or until your passport expires, whichever one comes first. So now that you know how to apply for an ETIAS, let's talk about who all does this apply to. ETIAS applies to all visa-exempt countries, including Americans, for up to 90 days in any 180-day period. This also includes layover. Yes, layovers are also included. So if you're traveling, let's say to Africa and you have to stop over in Paris, you will need to complete your ETIAS, pay the fee, get approval, and have that on record. So if you're one who travels Europe or travels a lot, it almost might make sense to just apply and make sure that you have that in advance so you don't have anything to worry about for future travels for at least up to 3 years or until your passport expires. Now let's move on to some other important tips for ETIAS. I think this would be good to know. You're going to want to make sure that your passport still has at least 6 months on it before it expires when completing this form. Travel insurance is highly recommended, but not required for the ETIAS form. ETIAS approval. That is my recommendation for when you're traveling abroad and specifically to Europe, especially with the new requirements for the ETIAS form. I would suggest signing up for travel newsletters or definitely subscribing to my channel, because if there's any information around forms and requirements, visas, etc. like this, I'll definitely be bringing it to you all on this channel. Countries tend to have travel sites that you can visit, so definitely make sure you check in with those sites and see if there's any new or relevant information pertaining to your visa or your travel documents that are needed to enter any particular country. So that's it. That's pretty simple, right? Not too much to do, but something you definitely want to do before you're heading out to Europe. So here's the call to action for you all. Make sure your passport is in good standing. I actually have a video coming up about passports and damaged passports, so you'll definitely want to check that out. If your passport's in good standing, then you want to apply for your ETIAS. So if your ETIAS is submitted and approved and your passport is in good standing and it does not expire anytime soon, you're ready to go to Europe. For your convenience, I've dropped the ETIAS website down in the description box, so make sure you check that out. Well, I hope this quick little video was helpful for you and you got the information that you need. If you like this video and you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And also be sure to like and drop me a comment down below if there's anything else that you all are looking for, or if you enjoyed this video, just let me know and I will continue to put out more content just like this so that the community is all informed. All right, Globetrotties, until next time, travel safe, travel far, and I'll see you beyond borders. Thank you for watching. Bye.